Gen Z is completely addicted to White Monster and other energy drinks. And it's kind of scary because they don't really see the danger of it. And so many people in my generation are heavily reliant on it. They even know about it. I've talked to guys who said, "Oh, I've got a caffeine addiction because of this," jokingly, but at least they have some self-awareness. And when you look at the back of a Monster energy drink, there's not really that many bad ingredients in it. You know, it's got good vitamins, it's got ginseng. There's not many bad things in it in the ingredients list. But then you look at how much caffeine there is in it. 160 milligrams, which is equivalent of drinking 3 or 4 cups of coffee. I could not imagine drinking that much coffee. I am partial to a black coffee now and then, but drinking 3 or 4 in one go, one after the other, is absolutely crazy to me. And I think the main reason why Gen Z are so reliant on it is just because of the lack of things they have in their life. They have a lack of motivation, they have a lack of sleep, they have a lack of drive, and they have a lack of self-awareness, I think. A lot of them just see Monster as like a good alternative to worse things. For example, when people are drinking Monster, they say, "Oh, well, I could be smoking cigarettes, I could be smoking tobacco, I could be shooting up some heroin." And it's like, yeah, of course, those are far worse things than drinking a Monster, but there are far better things to drink than a Monster, like, I don't know, water. I think a lot of people's problems would be solved. A lot of their physical issues, maybe some mental issues as well, would be solved if they just switched to drinking water. Just only water, maybe again, now and again have a soda, whatever you want to do, orange juice, apple juice, but water should be your primary source of hydration. Yeah, there's people who the only thing that they drink is energy drinks. And they will drink so many a day, and they'll complain about how they have a lack of sleep, how they've got anxiety, how they're jittering. And it's no wonder. And it's the same with things like vaping. You know, people argue about that all the time, saying, "Oh, it's not as bad as cigarettes or other things, cigars." But what's better than vaping? Breathing air. Breathe air. You do not need a vape. It's true though. Like breathing air, drinking water, these are the things we need for life. We don't need White Monster. We don't need cigarettes. We don't need to have all of these things. And of course, people have their vices. We've had vices since the beginning of time, you know. Pre-modern, I think it was that we had tobacco and opium. Modern was cigarettes and coffee. And now the post-modern is White Monster and a vape. Come on, lads. And it is a real sad thing to see because people are just killing themselves, literally. They don't even realize it, that every time they drink one of those, it's doing so much damage to their insides. The caffeine is making their blood pressure sky high. You try to tell people about it, you try to help people, but as the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I've tried so many times to help people, to make people see the best versions of themselves and strive to be the best version of themselves, hence why I make these YouTube videos. I've tried it with people in my life, and people just don't want to. They don't want to be told what to do. They want to live their own life, and they have to make their own mistakes. But you see so much potential in people. You think if they just cut out the caffeine, if they cut out the energy drinks, if they stop vaping, if they actually started focusing on their training, sure, they're better than most people going into the gym, but they're going about it the wrong way. You try to help them, you try to give them advice, but the advice is unsolicited and they're not going to listen to you. Now, there's going to be so many people who watch this video who drink White Monster who are not going to stop drinking White Monster, no matter what I say. Even if I bring up 1,000 studies saying how it prematurely brings about death or something or whatever, people aren't going to listen. It's only people themselves with their own thinking, their own intuition, their own preconceived notions, that they're going to stop drinking some things. And some people are genuinely addicted to caffeine. Like, maybe they stop drinking coffee or they stop drinking the Monster once, and then the next day they're just having a craving for it. They feel worse because it's sort of just a negative feedback loop. They're not getting enough sleep, so they drink the Monster. The Monster is not making them get enough sleep, so they think, "Oh, I need more Monster, I need more caffeine." And this is how brands kind of maliciously get you. I'm not saying it's this whole, Matrix kind of thing, but think about it. you're tired, you drink a Monster, you have a caffeine crash, you drink some more, it brings it back up, but your baseline is completely destroyed to the point where your body just isn't even making proper energy anymore. It's just a substance, it's just a ball of caffeine that just isn't functioning as it should be. And when you stop drinking it, you feel horrible. So you think, I need to get back on it. That is the definition of an addiction. People are having these drinks every day. People are vaping every day, saying, I can quit whenever I want. As soon as they quit, they hop straight back on it. And it is easier said than done, but as I've said before, nothing worth having comes easy. So if you're drinking white Monsters, if you're vaping, smoking cigarettes, drinking too much coffee, even that's bad, you need to do something about this. I can't force you to do anything. I can't wave my wand and everything be okay, but I can encourage you. I can give you the words of wisdom. Get you away from this evil substance that is white Monster. Think of better things like water, because after all, water is the elixir of life. No great man functioned in the history of the world without water. So I hope this video has combated the severe white Monster addiction that is sweeping our generation. I hope you've enjoyed this video as well. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. God bless, and as always, you take very good care of yourself.